right, what an evening we've had here in the Weather Center. Hey everyone, it's the Tuesday evening edition of Weather for Weather Geeks. Storms got mighty feisty late this afternoon and early this evening, and of course we're going to break all that down. But first, let's talk temperatures real quickly. We made it an official heat wave today with a high of 93 this afternoon. This is actually our warmest temperature here locally since June of 2012. That's the last time in the month of June we had a temperature that exceeded 92 degrees. We got to 92 yesterday, but 93, the high temperature today. That is pretty hot stuff, especially by June standards. 93 was the high in New Philly today, 92 in Pittsburgh, 92 in Cleveland. The big winner regionally was Columbus at 96, and the heat index in Columbus was something like 102 this afternoon. Our heat index was mighty impressive. The dew points really did not mix down very much at all today, and they stayed elevated in the upper 60s to around 70, so we had a 5 o'clock heat index of 98 before the storms rolled through. Now, here's a look at some actual rain gauges. And of course, these are not exactly numerous. These are pretty sparsely distributed. And so you've got a couple of hot spots here, like Newton Falls at 1.08, Clark in western Mercer County at 1.63. But those are just a handful of rain gauges. When we look at some Doppler radar estimates, for example, around Vienna, Doppler radar estimate here of 2.6, and there is some ground truth to this because, of course, the Youngstown Warren Airport's in Vienna, and we have an observation there, and the number, as of last time I checked, was something like 2.4 or 2.5, about 2.5 inches worth of rain. And so no surprise that a flash flood warning was issued and is still in effect until 12:30 for the southern tier of Trumbull County. Over in Mercer County, where a flood advisory is still out until 10 o'clock this evening, around Fredonia, some radar estimates here of 2 inches. Same idea up in Sandy Creek. And even heading back closer to Sharon, closer to Hermitage, 2 inches plus worth of rain, a distinct possibility, even though we don't have a lot of rain gauges, of course, in that zone. Storm reports today, we, in addition to all the rain we had at the airport, so we had an observer near the airport saying several trees and power lines were down along King Graves Road, of course, right near the Youngstown Warren Airport. We also had some wind damage off to the west. We've seen some reports of problems out at West Branch State Park. Small to medium tree down on a house here in Uniontown in Stark County, and more wind problems out to the west and southwest of Cleveland earlier on today. All right, this is a 6-hour radar loop. Now, a lot of this initialized with the lake breeze, and then we had some stuff out towards I-71, and all of that created outflow boundaries, pools of cold air or cooler air that raced out from the storms, little mini cold fronts that ran into really hot and humid air. So all these little mini cold fronts sparked new shower and thunderstorm activity, and we still have, as of this recording, we still have that outflow boundary. You can see it clearly on the radar right there. It's not sparking anything new as we've kind of lost the heating of the day. But during peak heating today, these outflow boundaries sparked thunderstorms, and these rocked and rolled through the area for a couple of hours. Rainfall rates were very impressive, and we had intense lightning with these storms. Some of the most intense lightning we've had in some time around here. All right, rest of the night, there might be a passing shower or even a clap of thunder as we go through the overnight. Don't think it's a big deal. Don't think there'll be any severe weather, but it's going to be a possibility. And I think there could even be a passing shower or even a rumble of thunder Wednesday morning, even though the more active period will be in the afternoon. The Storm Prediction Center has all of eastern Ohio and western PA in the low-end risk for severe weather tomorrow, kind of like they did today after the mid-morning update. So it's like a 1 on a 1 to 5 scale. The risks are going to be about the same here tomorrow. Damaging wind gusts and torrential rain. The higher risk of higher-end wind problems and isolated tornadoes will be to our east, out across northeast PA into southern New England. So tomorrow, in addition to the low-end severe weather risk, we have a low-end flash flood risk, and on Thursday, that low-end flash flood risk tries to sink to the south, but especially in the morning hours. I'm not going to be surprised if we have some gully washers here and there once again Thursday morning. Again, passing shower or storm will be possible Wednesday morning. Most of the activities, afternoon hours, and then things will wind down a little bit, but I think Thursday will start probably with some rounds of showers and storms as this sluggish front meanders through. Thursday morning might be the most active part of Thursday. That being said, a hit or miss shower or a storm will still be a possibility, I think, Thursday afternoon. And then in the wake of this front, finally lower humidity on Friday, but an upper level low will pivot through the Great Lakes on the backside of our cold front and lead to an unstable atmosphere, and a couple of showers and storms will probably get going on Friday, especially from midday on. But finally, the dew points are going to come down. It'll be a gradual process, but the air is going to feel different by Friday, and the dew points won't be much of a story for the holiday weekend. They're going to go back up early next week. If you happen to have the day after the 4th off on Monday, that's going to be a hot and muggy day. But Friday through Sunday, not too bad, all things considered. All right, last evening I talked about some of the forecast challenges for the holiday weekend. Here's a look at the current European model for Friday and the weekend. There's our big trough, so that therefore the unstable atmosphere on Friday, even into parts of Saturday. Today's run of the Euro kicks that trough well to the east by Sunday, meaning that we're probably dry on the 4th of July. Now, yesterday, the GFS kept that trough around through the 4th of July, and taken literally would mean that we probably have to keep a chance of a shower or storm in our forecast. Today, the GFS kind of caved to the European model. Some of the other modeling did too, and the GFS today looks much like the European did yesterday, kicking that upper low far enough to the east that will be high and dry for the 4th. So I've taken rain out of Sunday's forecast. Hopefully this isn't a model flip-flop situation, but we do have some pretty good agreement today. Now, the heat is going to come back next week. Probably not as intense as the current pattern. But the cool anomalies in the 8 to 14 day period here, so right after the 4th, will be confined to the south. The northern tier of states, odds are favoring warmer than average temperatures. All right, I'm going to catch my breath and get ready for the 11 tonight. Thanks for watching tonight's weather for Weather Geeks. Have a great rest of your Tuesday night.